Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to the weekend stream. Let's get all settled in here. I'm Hazel, and I still lack a void Lynx, so I think I know what I'm doing today. Mediocrity Squared, thank you for the 3-year resub, 36 months. Holy smokes, appreciate it very, very much. How is everybody doing? Let's see, what do we got here? How warm are we? How many layers do we need? Goodness. Now that it's like end of May, almost June, I have to accept the fact that it's nearly summertime and that perhaps maximum sweaters may not always be necessary because most of the year it is. Morning. Good morning, Haley. We're up. We're awake. We're here. We're moving. I had one of those nights where I felt like I just slept like I was dead. Like I was just gone. I think I slept for a really long time too. I got to bed at like a pretty decent time and I was just out. Okay, I believe that today... Oh, I forgot I had this map. I believe that today is Ajkahet Daily Day, which isn't perfect, but it's fine. You know, we can do them. If I was feeling achieving, I would try to do some kind of a mythic dungeon, even if it was a mythic 0, just to get this weekly done. I don't know if I care though. I don't know if it's gonna come to that. It's for a piece of, you know, heroic raid level gear from Undermine, and I don't think there's anything that is likely to drop for me that's really gonna change my life that substantially. So it might be weird to leave it at 3 or 4, but you know, could be worse, could be fine. Oh, I did some keys last night. We did some 10s just to kind of get some gilded crests and get back into the swing of things. I also spent what felt like 32 years converting crests. I forgot that I hadn't done it in a while. Because crests are no longer capped, you can like really freely trade them and convert them up. So if you have like, you know, 1,000 weathered crests or carved crests or whatever, you can, you know, you turned your weathered into carved and your carved into runed and your runed up into gilded, assuming that you have your item level and your upgrades high enough to do that. And got me some extra gilded crests for some extra item level bumps. So, especially with the, with myth and hero things going to 8 of 8 now, or going up to 8 of 8 now, I did some more upgrades to get my item level up a little bit. So I went from 669 to 671. 10 still felt kind of hard though. We didn't exactly push much. It was just kind of getting warmed up again. I don't recall exactly how many attempts I have. I put like 108 because I'm pretty sure I made it to at least that far yesterday. Happy Sunday, Irish fan. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. What's going on with you guys today? I'm just weird dreams. That's all that I have to talk about. I'm trying very hard not to just have this be Hazel's weird dreams stream where she just tells you about all of her bizarre dreams. Gotta have something else. The event is going on, the hourly event is going on, but I've done it. I've done it a few times. I think we're all good. Yeah, 109. So we're definitely past 108. I actually guessed pretty close to it. I did exactly 21 attempts yesterday. I will have, assuming I can get through them, exactly 21 attempts to run today. Maybe today's the day. Could be. Delving, I must go. Nice. When I see 108 bags opened, I don't feel as bad because I'm at 160 open, still no mount. Oh man, I hope it comes for you soon. Started deep cleaning my windows and it feels good, but taking a break now. 100% noticing the pollen everywhere inside now. For sure, that time of year. I do the same thing with windows, or I do a similar thing where I won't clean them. Like, I can only reach, like, one of them, but I won't clean it for, like, a year, and I won't even notice it. And then one day I look at it, and I, like, blink, and then I really look at it. I stop looking through it, and I look at it, and I go, oh, no. Maybe if I cleaned this, there would be some light in here. And at that point, it's usually a much bigger project. I just don't think it's like cleaning like a screen. I'm usually too focused on looking on what's on it or through it to really notice, you know, anything on the thing itself. Are you a spirit healer? Because every time I see you, I feel resurrected. Sometimes I look like a spirit healer when I'm playing my Holy Priest main and I die. But it's not so much that other people are getting resurrected and that they're going to have to resurrect me. Sometimes, anyway. Let's pick up our elixir. Very good. Oh, I should probably be in Shadow Spec. I don't think I'm going to get very far. I've been trying out Oracle for Mythic Plus. I'm not sure if it's recommended or not, but I was wanting a little bit more flexibility for healing, and I found that Archon is valid for Mythic Plus, but it's just more of like a big wide throughput thing. It's very based around Halo. You do get extra stamina from your fort, which is nice, but I wanted a little bit more flexibility, so I was playing around with Oracle, seeing if I could make it work. It was working pretty well. I'm having a hard time comparing them, honestly. I guess until I hit a wall where I can't do it with one thing and then I try it with the other, that's when I'll find out which one's better for me. Morning, good morning, Ujai. How you doing? Morning, good morning, Amy. Happy Sunday, everybody. A little seasonal congestion. I should have brought some hot tea to the desk. Kitty cat, you want to come up here? You want to come up? I have a really cute picture of you finding a new spot my partner took. She had decided that she was going to sit up on one of the dining chairs, which is not like that weird of a thing to do, but it's weird that she was just like hanging out there. Every now and then you like to improvise. Managed to get my Lynx a couple nights ago. It was a shock, to say the least. Nice. Only way to get cartel chips from Raid and Mythic Plus. I'm a little behind on that. Honestly, I didn't even know you can get them from Keys. I kind of thought it was just from Raid. So that's news to Hazel. Does it say anything? I'm carrying mine around. Well, I don't know what that is. That's a different thing, I suppose. Counterfeit dealer's chip. Oh, is that the no, it's for a weapon. I don't know. And then there's 3 of these. When was I last in the raid? We did an achievement run whenever I got Glory of the Undermine Raider. May 15th, 10 days ago, I was in the raid for this particular achievement, and I have not set foot in it since. That's for Mog? Oh. I don't know, it's just been in my bags. Has a small chance of dropping as personal loot once you reach Renown 15 with the Galagio Loyalty Rewards Club. So I have at least one of those. Thought I could get gilded from 8+ delves, but I just did a 9 and got none. Did they change it so you can get... I know in the past you needed to do 11s to get gilded, and you could only get them from 3 delves a week. But I also know they changed some things, so I'm not sure if that was different. Did you know you can get those Mog chips multiple times for alts? I did not. I'm barely on board with these. I'm not even... I haven't really figured out what it is. Or where it came from, let alone what it can do on alts. I am a little behind. Yeah, I don't know what's... I know the cartel chips is like the dinars. I don't want to follow Thimble. That's not what we're doing right now. I have some notion that I need to go buy like a Jaster diamond, because I think that's probably a safe bet for me to get with that token, and it would help me with keys or something. I don't know. You know what I should do is I should look up on Wowhead and read what there is to read about this counterfeit dealer's chip, and then I will be caught up, you know? Instead of just complaining that I don't know anything, I can learn something. Counterfeit dealer's chip. That's the one. Got some characters in LFR for the chip quests, and got the Raid Renown chips in all of them. For the chip quests. Reward from chip service. So did you get a freebie one of these perhaps for getting your level up with the Renown, which would be account wide? So you could get a freebie. They are both called chips, which I think is confusing me. So you could take it all into the raid, assuming that you finished the Renown, which I'm assuming I did. No, I didn't, actually. I'm Renown 11. Did I get a... Here, skip this thing. Customer chip service. Okay, so at Renown 11, you get a counterfeit dealer's chip, which you can trade for a cosmetic appearance of your choice inside the Continental Hotel. Get yourself something nice, and you can just walk into the raid and all your characters and get that. That's what we're talking about. Wolf Cloud Chaser, thank you very much for the 28-month resub. Appreciate it. Yes, that feels like something I should do sooner rather than later in case they change their mind. Because I know for some things, like getting those tokens that you turn in for a Mog set on the vendor, I forget what they're called, but the one in Dornegal, the little like professional look vendor set, sort of. I don't know if professional looks quite right, but you know, there's like the fancy top hat one, and day 2 of me reminding you that you're not getting the cat. I'm not. Well, now I want to. And then if I made it to Renown 15 with the raid, which is seeming increasingly unlikely if I haven't been doing it so far, then I have a chance for them to drop his personal loot. Gotcha. Reverse manifesting. Oh. I see. Well, we got 21 attempts. Maybe we'll need them, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do 21 and it'll be a, well, maybe next week kind of thing. If I did get it, I have so many other things. Well, I have other things that I want to do, but I feel like they're more boring to follow because they're more fragmented and they're less immediately impactful. Like I want to do chat lists on alts and I want to do weeklies on alts for gold and resonance crystals, but it's not wildly clear what I want those things. I guess I want gold for WoW tokens to save up to buy Midnight eventually, and I want resonance crystals to save up to buy freaking everything. You know, like the 384,000 resonance crystals I still need, roughly. So, that one's done, that one's done. It's just not as concise and easy to follow and rewarding, and like it doesn't have that exciting on-screen moment that getting the links would be, you know, if I ever got the links. It is the last stream of the week. It is. This week went so fast. I did all 5 streams this week. I thought for sure I was going to get interrupted, but it worked out that I was able to make it to all 5. I didn't have to move any time slots or anything. There we go. How was your day? Is for me, is for someone else, or is open question? My day just started. It's 9 a.m. for me, and I got up at like 7:30 maybe, and took myself a good couple of minutes to lever out of bed. Me? Yeah, I just got started. Had a little breakfast, went on a little walk with the dog. Really congested, honestly. My sinuses feel like they're about to pop. I need to do, I'll probably pull out I have a neti pot that I'm actually a big fan of, so I'll probably boil some water and make a little saline to rinse with later. That will hopefully help. ATT is telling me I need 670k resonance crystals. Seems like I'll be stuck in War Within zones for 10,000 years. From what I understand, which isn't much, I think that the ATT count is not 100% accurate because I think it's double counting some things. I don't know what or why. But you do still need like lots of them. Weeklies on alts though, especially nowadays, I feel like the new weeklies, like the Undermine and the Nightfallen ones and whatnot, they seem to give more resonance crystals than they used to. Like sometimes I'll open a weekly box and it'll be like 900 resonance crystals per character that does it, and that helps a fair bit. Beware of the brain-eating microbe. I have not fully grinded Seaspark. I have 742 of 1500 Naribian chitin. So I'm sort of, honestly, doing these dailies has gotten me more progress than anything else in recent history, because I've kind of made a point of not grinding it actively and just kind of letting any Naribians that I kill along the way supply their chitin to me. I'm kind of trying to do it just like organically. I'm halfway there. It's coming sort of along. I know this isn't the last step. There's going to be another step after this. At least one. Oh, 834 gold. I kind of want to do that for 834 gold. recently been discovered. Dad and I gonna need a new fridge. Going fridge shopping. Bet to learn about cubic fridge feet. Speaking of neti pots, have you ever seen the Navage? No, I've never heard of that. I'm not even sure how to say it. My neti pot looks a little bit like Aladdin's lamp. Works a real treat. Skinning Nerubians feels a bit weird. They're sentient beings. There's Worgen that you can skin in this game somewhere. Or at least I'm pretty sure there are. Nasal lavage? Navage is weird. It's like a battery-powered neti pot. Oh. What do the batteries do that gravity wasn't doing? Abandoned the chitin quest. Forgot to re-get it for a couple months. So I'm only at 75 up of 1500 now. Oh, man. I've heard that it's not bad to grind when you actually set out to do it. I feel like I'm just making it hard on myself by refusing to put in any effort. People were saying... Actually, I don't know if you can still do them anymore. I was going to say follower dungeons for, like, some of the, like, City of Threads or Arakara, one of those two. Or you could even maybe go in a normal. More power? Really hose your nose? You don't have to tilt your head or anything. It just goes in your nose and you hold a button. Oh. Is a neti pot something I'm missing out on in my life? It is something that is very nice if you have sinus congestion. Or if you ever really just want to wake yourself up at home. I got into it because I was having a hard time breathing through my nose in yoga, and I needed to breathe through my nose in yoga. It was part of the rules. Not rules, but like rules. And first thing in the morning, especially when you're inverted in like a downward dog or something, I was just like really struggling to pull air. So I kind of looked around and I found that using an neti pot is one of the ways that people manage that to help like clear out your nose so you can breathe through it. It's a very ancient technique. You want to make sure that everything's clean. I boil my water to make my saline with so that I can sterilize it a bit so that I don't have to buy solution or anything. But also you don't want to just put tap water up your nose because you can give yourself sinus infections that way. Yeah, it's great. It's weird and uncomfortable at first. It took me a couple tries to get the hang of it, but I just learned how to do it on YouTube. And nowadays I more or less don't get water in my brain. There's a little trial and error to learn how to do it, but it wakes me up a real treat, and then also you can breathe. I will feel much better after I do it later today. Someone who's very fortunate with his Void Scarred Lynx, I'm sending you good vibes and good luck to get it today. Thank you. Anyone else's WoW crash when they try to alt tab? Oh, that's annoying. How do you know that you don't have water in your brain? And I shake my head around, it doesn't slosh so much anymore. When I was first learning to use the neti pot, I wouldn't get the angle quite right, and I would end up with water coming out of my tear ducts, or I would end up with water, like it would get kind of trapped in like the twisty turnies of my sinuses, and I would be like, okay, I've blown all the water out of my nose now. But then I would, the first time I went to yoga in the morning after doing a neti pot rinse in the morning, I bent forward and did like my first forward fold, and then I lifted my head up after that as part of like my first sun salutation, and like probably 2 tablespoons of water just fell out of my nose that I had just then basically freed from my sinuses. Luckily onto my own mat. But I was like, it was early. It was like 6 in the morning, and it was dark in there, and I was like, I really hope nobody saw that. I need to start working very hard so I start sweating so that I can have a valid excuse for this small pile of water that's on my mat, because that's weird. Yeah, exactly, huge sweat. I started really like giving it so I could work up a sweat faster because I thought that made sense. It was 6 in the morning. I hadn't had any coffee yet. I wasn't all that bright. All right, we're going back to Flames Radiance. I guess I can turn this one in here. We're going to have three thingies. I think I'm just going to get on the flight path. don't feel like it's something I need to be battery powered for me, but I don't know why neti pots are the thing that I draw the line on, wanting it to be gravity focused. I use a water pick like every day on my teeth and gums multiple times a day, so like I don't know where I'm getting off on this electric snobbery. Soloing City of Echoes, fast way to do it. Clear up to the second boss for the Nerubian Chitin. Gotcha. Cleared my bags a little bit last night. That was kind of nice. I've been looking to make gold a tiny bit more. Not like I'm gonna like go do things to make gold, but I've been, I guess, more motivated to do gold world quests when I see them, and like I really want to do weeklies and alts because I feel like that's actually really good raw gold. And I'm gonna need it if I'm gonna save up all that BNet balance. You think that today's gonna be the day? Nightfall items and Valor Stones. What kind of yoga do you go to? I've been learning Ashtanga yoga. So if I ever go to, and I have been to yoga classes of other styles, anything that is in half primary, I know very well. Anything that is not in half primary, I've never heard of and have no clue. I'm because that's all I do is half primary, and then like one or two more. Love my water pick, but I'm not convinced it's enough. I don't use it. I floss as well. I mainly use the water pick after eating, or just any time that I feel uncomfortable in my gums to like make sure that there's no food in there. But I also floss my teeth before bed, and I use floss threaders to get under. I'm one of those people that has wires glued or cemented in behind my teeth from having had braces as a teenager. And I use those little blue like needle threader things, floss threaders, to thread under it. Permanent retainer, yeah. When I got it, they told me it wasn't permanent. And then by the time it had been 5 years or so, and I asked a dentist about it, they're like, oh yeah, we leave those in now because we found out that when we take them out, your teeth are just going to keep moving. Which I was lied to when I was a teenager, but I guess they didn't know. Nothing you can do to reduce your gum pockets? Not especially as far as I know. Maybe there's surgery, but I think it's mainly just to try to keep it from getting worse. Try to keep it from getting worse. There has to be a snobbery nose joke in there somewhere. Rip everything out, replace everything. Replacing teeth is expensive. Why do teeth have to be so evil? I don't mind taking good care of them now. I wish I had done it earlier in my life, but I kind of had to learn that lesson the hard way. I used to take like okay care of my teeth, but it clearly wasn't good enough, and I skipped the dentist for a couple of years because I didn't have any dental coverage, and that really did me dirty. Okay, here we go. No, that was attempt number 112. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. What is the plan after I get them out? Kind of feeling either delves or weeklies on alts for gold and resonance crystals. How many resonance crystals do I have? If I rip them all to me again. There's 4,000 on Anthus, 900 here. Because I know there's like some stuff on this vendor that I would like to buy with resonance crystals. I just want to feel like I'm not about to run out of them. You know what I mean? I have those. Those are all fine. We know those. It's not that. It's this stuff. So he's got a backpack for $32.50. I think at this point I can buy the backpack. We don't need the champion neck. We're not fussed about that. I don't care about the dirigible schematics. I think the banner is a hard sell for me as well. It's a toy, so maybe one day, but like, it's a banner toy. I don't use those. The Lynx whistle I'm also not going to use, but I might use it once. I'll buy it. I have enough overhead now. We can afford it. Let's get the backpack and the Lynx whistle. What if I buy the banner toy and then to justify it, I start to like force using it on cooldown all the time? dental insurance is only a little discount anyway. It's like 1% off your 10th visit. Honestly, I've been paying for my tooth stuff out of pocket for the last however many years it's been. 4 or something like that. And it's kind of a relief because I would rather, assuming that I have it, just give them the money than have the insurance and the bills get chased back and forth and they mail you and they're like, oh, you owe us. And then it's like, oh, no, the insurance was going to do this. And no, they're not going to do that. And it's like that whole song and dance stresses me out so much. I would rather just give them $1,000, owe them nothing, and walk away with my expensively clean teeth. Besides, it's not like the insurance is free anyway. You pay for it as part of like whatever paycheck it's getting garnished off of. Okay, second character. Here we go. Does it look cool? Oh, the banner? I don't know. I'm sure it's a banner. Macro it into all of your spells. Oh yeah, I sold some stuff. That's right. I posted some things to sell. He's got 5,000. 5,000 gold. I'm always curious about Undermine world quests that grant gold, because I feel like the Undermine world quests are often faster to do than other world quests. It's literally the banner in the camp. It's just this guy. You just plunk it down. If it's that big, that's sick. I have a feeling it's not that big, though. Because that's enormous. That is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anthises at least. It is that big? All right, you've got me. I'm curious. We'll learn more. Hang on, 5,000. We'll learn more resonance crystals. They'll come sooner or later. Flames Radiance banner. 5,000. What is it? What's the cooldown on this thing? 10 minutes. Okay. It is not that big, is it? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. It is not that big. Look at that. Look at that. I want a 27% refund. It is a very adequate size. Thank you very much. Shrunk in the washer. It's pretty big. It's just not as big as that one. You could use it as like a sunshade. Here. Well, we've got 5,000 resonance crystals to make back. It's funny how hard it is to get you to do something sometimes, and other times it takes literally almost nothing. Now you're good. This way it's off of my all the things list. Also, my mouse is a bit stuck. There we go. It's off of my all the things list. If I look at Nightfall. I wonder if it still is listed under, like... Gosh, I can't believe how much armor and stuff there is from the Lamplighter Supply satchels. I'd farmed so many of them for the mounts. How am I still missing so many? That seems crazy to me. 95.5% of Nightfall stuff collected now. I think that's quite good. It's really just 2 items, 3 purple weapons and a purple pair of leather pants. And then maybe some white, yeah, and then there's 1, 2, 3. Hang on, are those the same thing? No, they're the white quality ones. They're not the purple ones. The bag has just a purple cloak, and that's the last piece of loot I need from the bag. This is so hard to read. Everything's like listed in quadruplicate. It's the percentage you can trust because things are kind of duplicated equally, so you get one thing and it'll count for 4. But you can convert cash to crystals. Where do I... It's in the base somewhere, right? Because I do need to do that. I have a bunch of cash and I no longer need it for anything else. It would be nice to be able to get crystals for it. Did enough for the Radiant Light event too, but I barely have a lot of that Mog. Even harder to read for us because your cam covers half of it. Oh. This? No way. No way. Uh-uh. Oh, you can't see. You know what's being covered up is there's a kitty cat here just out of frame. Well, that was worth 10%. Just do another 9 of those and have done with it. Not the oopsies. Not the little guys. Weaver's Lair NPC with currency in its title. Okay. Maybe when I'm down there today, I will take a look for that. Because I betcha it would be a fair bit. Cash, how much cash do we have? If we centralize all of our cash. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 36k. Yeah. 36,000 cash. It's got to count for something. That's worth a little bit. Hello, Doughboy. How you doing? How are things with you? I feel like Undermine is a really big offender for things being very expensive resonance crystal wise. There's so many factions and they have mounts and pets and toys and they all want like a lot of resonance crystals for each one. Hard problem knowing exactly how to do the listing in ATT sometimes. A lot of discussion about it. Yeah. It makes it satisfying when you finally do get everything because then the list becomes a lot more manageable to navigate. I think it'll be really nice next week when I'm going to do the weekly event, the Flames Radiance, like the Nightfall event, on probably all these alts. And by turning in all of those emblems of service, I think I can finish collecting all of the like basically the rest of the Mog I'm looking for, so that I just need the cat. I'm hoping I can get that done next week. I got lucky and I got like at least one purple weapon I needed from one of these boxes recently, so it's coming along. It's a 1-to-1 conversion. Oh. Well, that's nice. Coming off of Valor Stones where you have a 20% loss. 2-to-1 cash to crystals. 1-to-1 for crystals to cash. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. I got all excited at 1-to-1. I'll have to take a look. Because I'm pretty sure I've bought everything that I'm ever going to need with cash. I don't think there's anything else that all the things is even going to tell me I can get with it. Like the other ones, it'll list things. Yeah, Miscellaneous Mechanica is rough. I only have 4 of them. And I've been doing like a reasonably decent amount of Undermine. You know, I haven't given up on it or anything. I've been keeping up with at least weeklies. I kill rares when I see them. So did I. Was starting to check my cash stash. Need to nerf those. I'm starting to get the feeling that if they were going to nerf Miscellaneous Mechanica, they would have done it by now. So it might just be one of those things that kind of sucks. Like, go down the road when you spot someone that has a Miscellaneous Mechanica mount, and you know that they ground 25 Mechanica for it. That might be kind of impressive. That might be a bit of a feat of strength in itself. Getting 25 of them. Oh, kitty cat. Nerf Mechanica, that'd be the epitome of me. Or like nerf the Mechanica grind by buffing Mechanica. But at this point, because people have spent so long grinding out for so much of it, it's not that they couldn't do it or that they fully wouldn't do it, but I feel like if they were gonna, they might have done it by now. More unlucky with it than a lot of people I know. They are warbound, so you can share them between alts. If you do a bunch of stuff on a bunch of characters and you get 1 mechanic on each character, then you can collect them all. That's good. Thank goodness for that, at least. Had our lowest temperature last night. For the first time this year, there's 1 week left till winter. 6 degrees Celsius. Coldest night since the 80s. Probably laugh since you're in Canada. No, that's cold. It's, Also, I live in Victoria, BC. I am in the Hawaii of Canada. I have no right to complain about the cold. It maybe snows in the winter. Maybe. This is the mildest climate in all of Canada. 2-to-1 hedge currency exchange. Gotcha. Pretty efficient ways to grind with alts. Have not done it yet. Yeah, the summoned rares I've heard are good for it, but they also are such a pain in the butt to get summoned. And to like get other people around to like help summon and kill them for. I wonder if your best bet would be to continue using alts to kill the Dark Fuse one that you summon at the little pool. Because people are summoning that and listing groups and doing that for the sake of the mount, so it's probably easier to get a group for that than it is for like Volt Strike. But it's not even a guaranteed drop rate. Farming on 15 tunes since release and only got like 4 Mechanicas. Yeah, the rate's just awful. It's not great at all. I haven't decided what I'm gonna get first. There are pets that I could get at 5, but I don't really want them. They're those little like wind-up toy looking goblin robot things. I have some. I mean, I guess I have everything in other colors. I would probably prefer to get either the Mechasaur or the Professor Punch. Maybe I'll save up for Professor Punch. I need to literally double my Mechanica collection for that though. Is Mechanica the singular or the plural? It sounds like the pluralism of Mechanicum. Yeah, I could see it. I don't know why I checked my bags like that was going to answer that question for me. I think it must be one of those words that works as a singular or a plural, like deer, because I can't imagine someone is saying I have 17 Mechanicas. At that point, it's like talking about Metallicas. Never have snow here in Western Australia. Hail is the closest. 2 expansions later, we're still farming them. 2 expansions later, and like 7 people are still farming them. Everybody else has given up and moved on. There's like half a dozen grim souls left crawling around under mine. How many are you at now? 14. I only need 99 more. One more. Maybe this will do it. Maybe this will do it. Sounds like you're collecting a bunch of random garbage. Trying to get the green sets of world drop armor, but it feels so pointless. Man, I'm only 40. I'm less than half collected with Ajka Het. Must be because of these. Must be because of these. Some of these rare items. I need a polearm and a cloak, and then that guy's got a sword. There's a staff there. 66% with severed threads somehow. Oh, there's weapons that can drop from the weekly caches. Probably for the other... no, they're for anybody. How do I not have more of those? I feel like I did so many Weaver's Gratuity when I was getting my Weaver buff every week. Maybe nowadays, zones in WoW aren't meant to be finished. Maybe they put things like this in and they don't mean for me to get all of it. What is this? There's a Lamplighter's unlit torch for 500 resonance crystals. I should buy that. Ajka Het always seems like a ghost town now. Maybe they're meant to be finished for YouTube content. I'm imagining like the most annoying zone to lock yourself in until you've collected everything, and the first thing that comes to mind is the Maw. Just like Sylvanas roleplay. Lost in the Maw until I've collected 100% of everything. I don't think I've finished any outdoor zones. Maybe some of like the original ones. But then when they went back and they added all those other things to them, you know what I mean? When they added the other... Oh, I'm having a hard time with the words to this morning. The rare drop Mog that was previously removed but re-added, that probably would have put a lot of those back on my list. Clean up every soul ever. Chief for Sylvanas. Mom was supposed to be WoW's hell. I think they did a pretty good job with making it as awful as humanly possible. That's what I thought. That's why I didn't want to go back when they were like, yo, I forgot. I left I left my favorite sandals down there. Can you just nip down there and grab them? You're the Maw Walker. It's like, you spent 20 minutes telling me how no one has ever escaped. And how we're the first people to ever make it out of there alive. And now you want me to go back? No, thank you. Yeah, outdoor zones are hard. I feel like instances are easier to finish. But it's not about finishing. I mean, maybe it is. It's about getting a little closer. Yeah, it's a nice torch. Maybe we'll buy it. Maybe we'll get that. You just proved it could be done. We did this to ourselves. Excel's Reach would be easy to 100% if you track quests. It takes a lot of time. There was something about Excel's Reach that was that I didn't have, and I was confused by why I didn't have it. Outdoor zones. Excel's Reach. Yeah, I'm missing 3 items. Oh, it's from Tunk. I need 2 items from Tunk. And then apparently I don't have the Alliance Tavern? Confusing. Doesn't sound true. I don't know if that's that easy to drop, because I would need those things. I would need to queue the instance on a character that can... I would need it to drop, basically. Like, you can easily do Dark Maul Citadel and not get that loot to drop. He's got 7 things that can happen in there, and the toothpick and the whomper. Two-handed. I mean, they're both two-handed melee weapons, so I guess if you played like a, I don't know, like what, like a warrior, Dark Maul over and over, and the drop rate's good. Oh, I didn't know you could spam it. I thought you had to like play through the zone every time to get to that last queue. I didn't realize you could go back in. You can spam it. Oh, interesting. Do you like keep leveling? I feel like that would be confusing if there's like a level like 33 who's just been doing Dark Maul Citadel. Gonna be controversial and yet brave. I would take Vashir over the Maw any day. At least Vashir looked cool. Vashir was like 3 zones. Vashir was so large. But yeah, it looked cool, and you could travel around it a lot faster. The Maw was especially awful because you had to walk at first. At least they never made us walk in. They made us drown for 30 seconds, but they never made us walk. So large yet so dense. How you doing, kitty cat? You sleeping okay? You're so cute. Farming that mount as well? I am. We are 112 attempts deep. We're just about to get 3 more chances at it. Drum roll? Nope. That was 115 attempts. Nothing. I think the Maw was also worse originally when there was the whole Eye of the Jailer thing that like limited your time in there and made things happen when you spent too long in there. My biggest grievance with the Maw, I kind of like procrastinated playing it during the Eye of the Jailer era, so that didn't bother me that much. My issue with the Maw was that they would put these quests in that wanted you to go into the elite area, the Citadel, and it'd be like, oh man, this is a really dangerous place. I should look for other players to group up with to do this. And you would go to the group finder and you would find a group and you would join it, and you would be phased from each other unless you all were like in Orbos when you joined the group, which nobody ever was. It was such a weird, frictiony barrier to entry to just group up to do something that you kind of needed to group up for. And that just drove me insane. I thought that was the dumbest thing. Do we have an estimate of what the drop rate is for the cat? Rarity thinks 1 in 125. They don't have like special access to any secret drop rates as far as I know, but it doesn't seem like a bad estimate. Getting a bunch of extra warbound stuff stocked up in here. Yeah, yeah. Bad min-maxing to group up. I mean, when I didn't group up, I died because it was so dangerous and they hit so hard. I would just get splat flat on the ground out there. It was awful. None of the good people would join group. They would snipe kills. Yeah, I think original Maw was my least favorite zone. Argus wasn't amazing either. Argus had a lot of the same problems where they didn't let you fly. It was kind of challenging at first. Argus, I feel like, had better incentives, though. And it had some cool collectibles. And, like, later on, it got fun. At least we had some pretty cool raids in Shadowlands. I liked a lot about Shadowlands. The Maw was the worst part of it for me. I really liked Torghast. As a Holy Priest, I found Torghast to be super fun to play. I very much enjoyed... What else did Shadowlands have? I liked Covenants, actually. I liked Covenants and Covenant activities. The Covenant Renowns were fun. The collecting was fun. It was more fun later on when they finally, like, loosened the strings a little bit with the switching Covenants and whatever, but I had a good time with that. What is my Argus percentage? Let's see. I certainly haven't gone back to attempt to 100% it. Pardon me. I'm allergic. 67%. Over half, but not by a whole lot. Seems to be including some things that you just craft with, like, crafted materials from out there, though. Yeah, I'm allergic to Argus. I have Argus allergies. Was fishing for the mount on Argus fun? I don't even have it yet. I still need to get a pond nettle. That is one of the things that is on, like, my eternal list of, like, oh man, on a really rainy day when I'm very much out of ideas and what to do, I'm gonna take my old fishing rod and a cooler and go set up camp out there. Everyone loves the Gilded Waiter. The Gilded Waiter was terrible. I was so salty that it just wouldn't drop for me. I tried so hard for so long. I gave up. I gave up eventually. It just felt so unlikely. Like, I don't mind on a 1% or even like a whatever this is, slightly under 1% drop rate, grinding quite a bit for something if I feel like it's just a matter of time. But the Gilded Waiter started to feel like it was not a matter of time. It started to feel like I could do that for the rest of my life and never see it. Take an alt there, 100 casts a day for a few weeks and you'll get it. Maybe. Maybe. It's not a bad idea. You can put them in like a little fishing transmog. You could find like a scenic little spot. I think people drive themselves nuts trying to figure out which spots can and cannot drop the pond nettle when it's basically anything as far as I know. Nice day for fishing, ain't it? Have you seen the new game Fantasy Life? I heard it's a mix of Animal Crossing and Stardew. I have not. I've heard a lot of games pitched as a mix of Animal Crossing and Stardew before, though. It's not the first time I've heard someone try and make that argument. Definitely made you wait for it. This one's not so fast. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to make my health stone now before I get into trouble. Fancy that. Actually. Paint. Oh, hang on. I think I cast that on the roof of the little thingy. That's not good. Previous Fantasy Life game was good. My when I was doing keys with my friends last night, they were talking about which games they'd played. That I forget what it's called, but that RPG from the French studio got another recommendation. And then one of my friends was playing something called Brotato. Said it was a roguelike that I'm kind of vaguely curious about because I like roguelikes. Does one really need a cross between Animal Crossing and Stardew when you still have Animal Crossing and Stardew, right? That's what I'm saying. Stardew Valley will always be there for me. Any of your friends playing Blue Prince? Not that I've heard of. Not that I heard of. Cannot have no Stardew and Animal Crossing. I think I may have overdone my Stardew a little bit. I burned myself out on it a tiny bit. I've played The problem with me is that I never play Stardew differently. I always do the Stardew exactly the same way. I always start the game being like I'm going to do things differently, and then I end up doing precisely the same thing that I always do. It's a roguelike puzzle game, so 50-50, and if you'd like it, gotcha. Oh, blueprints. I thought you meant Brotato. How many of these things can we survive? Everything's gonna be alright. We can survive quite a few of them. It's not too bad. All I need is Stardew, Animal Crossing, and wow. I haven't popped on Animal Crossing in a couple of days. My friends in there must miss me. Dances with cats on a 12-month resub. Happy 1-year sub-anniversary, friend. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How you been? Hope you've been doing well. Couple links in my third bag without even knowing that's where it came from. There doesn't seem to be a lot of middle ground with the links. We've heard a lot of accounts of people like you that got it in their first like 1 to 3 without ever knowing that it was a thing. And then there's people in my camp that have tried it 100+ times and nothing. I'm sure statistically there must be middle ground, but I suppose they're less likely to report back. Please don't feel bad. If you get it in your 60th box, you hardly notice. I don't know, if you just had like 1 or 2 characters, 60 boxes would still take like a real commitment to the dailies. 109 for me. Nice. Pretty middle ground. I can't even complain about being whatever I am, like 118 in, because the longer it takes, the more intrigued I get. I think that if it had dropped in the first 20 to 50 for me, I would have forgotten about it immediately. And now that I'm like 100 in, I'm kind of having fun. I think that I am a little bit damaged by all of the grinds of years past, that now that it's like refused to drop for this long, I feel like, ooh, now it's getting interesting. Didn't know about the network component to Dungeons or Raids till Season 4. Enjoyed being a soloist in Dungeons by myself. Checked a few minutes ago and I have the links too. Congratulations. It seems cool. It looks like a nice mount. Oh, web speaker Grickik. Web speaker in here. Yeah. We like doing these guys. I wonder if this character has any. Yeah, she's got some Valor Stones, so she might be able to run some upgrades. Champion. Her veteran gear is all upgraded, actually. She might need better crests. Definitely have that cloak already. One more of these guys. Oh, I forgot to... I mean, I guess I can do it on any character. I forgot to pop by the Weaver's Lair and convert my cache. Need some more resonance crystals. Cool part about this grind is that it incidentally gives me back to the wall. It gives me back to the wall. That's a thinker. Is there like an autocorrect in there, or is my brain just like soup right now? A little thick. The Lynx is like, love, easier to find when not looking for it. Ain't that the truth? Oh, achievement. Nah, you're fine. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I did get an achievement for doing that recently, actually, just yesterday or the day before. On the 23rd. I should have maybe that should have clicked with me because I got that pretty recently, yeah. You're right, that is a nice benefit. Trahala, thank you very much for the 48-month resub. Thanks, Hazel, and congrats. Thank you very, very much. Is your name spelled differently now, or am I having a bit of a moment? That is 4 years. I could have sworn it was spelt a bit differently. Maybe I'm just imagining things. What do they call that? Mandela effect. No. Berenstein Bears effect. Same. Okay. My apologies, sorry. I wonder why I thought that. Who's to say? My Warlock might be one of my favorite alts. Especially now that I've found my my Malevolence button. That one's fun. If anyone could say it would be you, right? Brain forgets too. Different in game by a letter or two. Oh, this is a harvest one. Okay, I think we're deep enough in the stream for me to tell you about my dreams. It was a really, really long one in which I had gone to a house showing that was like deep in the woods, well out of town, kind of in like a camping area. And I was looking at this house and I realized that it like wasn't even a little bit sealed on the roof of it. So like birds and bats were flying in and out. And one bat was the size of a man and it was sitting in the rafters. And I was thinking, well, I mean, I like being close to nature. I have some mild concerns that this bat is going to take my cat. But my realtor told me that it was a good price for the house and that that we could live there for 3 days to decide whether or not we liked it. And I thought, wow, that's a great... I love my realtor. What a great idea. We should get this in everything. Why don't they give me a 3-day trial on houses that we're looking at so that we can find out whether or not we'd like to live there? And we were living there for 3 days, and it was like kind of a small house, so all of our furniture didn't fit in it, but I realized that I didn't really mind that so much, and the outdoor space was so private, and we really loved it there. And I remember talking to another realtor about it who thought it would be worth more, and I was like, no, I'm going to buy it for this price. And then if I really want to move later, then I'll get the improved price for it. But like, I was just so happy because I found a place that I really liked, despite the fact that there were like birds coming in and out. And also I remember looking at the windows being like, oh, hey, does it have a metal roof? And I looked at the window and it's like, no, I see shingles. Well, I'm going to put a metal roof on it one day. I had big plans to save up and replace the roof. I don't know why I wasn't more concerned about keeping the bats out of it, but was the bat a billionaire? Horrific vision issues IRL, right? Sounds like the start of a horror movie. And it did look like the man-sized bat was like really frightening. He was kind of like pink/purple. He looked a little bit like a Nerubian. He was crouching with like human feet in the rafters, looking down with like big old teeth and stuff. And I remember being like, well, that's a little bit upsetting. But in the dream, I wasn't all that upset about it. I was like, well, every house has issues. Can't get perfect. Let's not get picky now, shall we? Please don't eat my cat. I wasn't all that worried about it eating my dog. I think my dog can... Yeah, it was just one bat, but like there was also like birds and smaller bats like coming in and out because it wasn't sealed to the elements, but that meant that it could dry properly. Yeah, no, this is a dream story. This did not really happen. That would have been a very large bat. I've never seen a bat that large. Most bats that I have seen are like little, like squirrel sized. Someone needs a sanity orb. But yeah, I remember being like, oh man, I can garden here. I can grow some green onions. There's a DC character called Man Bat that fits the bill to a T. Have you seen the Seawolves IRL? I live on the island. I have not seen a wolf though. They would live, there's not that many of them, and they would live north and maybe northwest, and I live in Victoria. I'm like in the city. There are cougars sometimes wandering around. I've never seen one, but every now and then there's a news article being like, oh, hey, there was a cougar spotted near the mall. Walking through backyards. Watch your children. Anyway, we have three more chances. Nope, that was attempt 118. No luck. No dice. I think I'm going to pop some more. I've decided to take over my first bank tab as well with all of my account-wide gear. So I'll continue stuffing the bank here. Just with the epics. No blues. Because that tab is like full now. What can you get in those bags? I'm hoping for a Shadowbound leash, which will teach me a Void Scarred Lynx. This mount is what I'm looking for here. The bags can also drop the purple coloration of the armor sets as well as weapons. And they drop in Veteran and Warbound, so you can collect some Transmog and you can get some alt gear that way too. What does heroic saved mean? Probably that somebody has already killed and looted those bosses on heroic. So they can't loot them again? Maybe there's more context that would make it more useful than that. When we lived in New Jersey in the woods, the neighbors would call around letting everyone know when a black bear was spotted. Watch your kids, pets, and garbage cans. Do you have a strong enough will to resist really obvious jokes regularly? It comes and goes. Why? Do you have a really obvious joke you'd like to make? Would you like to share with the class? Let's see. Lian Hua, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. My apologies if I have ruined your name. Cougars at the mall, it writes itself. I mean, if we're talking about older women in the dating pool, is the mall where they are? I always figured they were at the bars. Actually, nowadays they're probably just at home with their wine on Match or something. That's where I would be if I was older and in the dating pool. You're not getting me out. I need to go to the mall. Is that what I've been doing wrong? Right? Lian Hua. Did a good job. Aw, shucks. Thanks for being here. It's arcane mage time. Maybe this will be the lucky guy. He needs to upgrade some gear. He's got some unupgraded... Oh no, I did upgrade his gear. I took him up the night. Spent some... he's got more crests. He's a mage, so he can actually teleport. Better the mall than the mall. Mall walkers. Maybe I've been thinking about bats because this character's been riding a bat around. A mall joke in there? Who knows? Yeah, perhaps. Been following for years, never get time to attend streams, but you deserve the support. Aw, shucks. Thank you very much. We're around. We're always here whenever anyone wants to check in. We're on a fairly reasonable schedule. What else is going on with me today? Sunday. I want to clean. I want to whatchamacallit. I'm gonna go visit some family later today. I need to cook something. I found a dish. I was walking my dog and my city has a... Am I gonna be okay? Yeah. My city has a wonderful tradition of people leaving things on the curb, secondhand things that they think somebody else might want. They'll just put them on the curb or on corners or just like by the sidewalk, and you can walk around and you can see any variety of things that people are giving away for free. It's also great when you want to give things away. You don't have to necessarily take them somewhere and drop them off. You can just leave them at the street for a minute and see if anybody wants them. And I was walking and I saw a stoneware casserole dish, like a Corelle, I guess like a sort of a ceramic plated stoneware casserole dish, like a 1.4 liter, 1.5 quart, with the abundance pattern. It reminded me of like a dish that I had just collected on Animal Crossing, of all things. And I remember being like, oh, this is so cute. I want one of these, but also like, you know, ceramic cookware and just cookware in general can be quite expensive to get new. And then one of them just happened. So now I need to make something in it. I took it home and I cleaned it up. And the nice thing as well is that if you get something and you decide that you don't actually need it after all, you can always put it back out on the curb and then pass it on to somebody else for its new life. But it's, I want to try making casseroles. Casseroles or bread. It has a lid that makes it oven safe, so you could kind of use it a bit like a Dutch oven for making bread as long as you don't put it on the stovetop. But it's fairly small. I feel like if I made a loaf of bread in it, it would be a very small loaf of bread. I'm imagining it's not radioactive. Is there like a large problem with radioactive casserole dishes? Work 1 to 9 a.m. Usually sleeping when you stream. Luckily, it's a weekend. Oh, that's quite the shift. Last night I hit my foot way too hard in the leg of my bed frame, and now I just did it again, but on my other foot. Oh no. First of all, I'm very sorry to hear that. Second of all, at least you're even? Question mark? I'm so sorry. Even it out. I sometimes do that. I'll injure one hand and then I'll do the exact same thing to the other one just on accident. I'll be like, oh well. now we're symmetrical. There's a small one that used to die containing uranium and some older ones. Oh. Corelle did? Uranium? Wouldn't that be expensive? I've heard of lead paint. I don't know if I've heard of uranium dye. That's a new one to me. My goodness. Anyway, I looked them up and they're fairly popular in the secondhand market. And the new ones that they make and sell, I was like, well, what's the equivalent modern product of this? And I like looked up the new Corelle casserole dishes and like Corningware, and they're really boring. They just make like these white fluted, ugly looking hotel cookware things. That aren't cute at all. So anyways, I'm pleased with it. I hope it doesn't contain any uranium. Ah, don't mind me. I should have used some cooldowns in this guy, but it's much too late now. Anyway. Yeah, I thought it might make a nice, like, baked mac and cheese. Or, yeah, something like that. Maybe make some cinnamon buns in it. I just thought it looked really cute. I'm assuming you meant to say something along the lines of Google radioactive dinnerware and you can see it as a thing. Radioactive dinnerware. I mean, you can probably Google anything and make it seem like a thing. The collectors who hunt down radioactive glassware. Uranium glass is typically yellow or green in color and glows bright green under a black light. How radioactive is? Vintage dinnerware was made using radioactive glazes. Okay. Red Fiestaware. radioactivity never hurt anyone, I say as someone who works with radioactivity. Yeah, mine's definitely not Fiestaware. It's a Corel dish. I'll show it to you. I will Google to see lead risk. Corel dinnerware manufactured before 2005 potentially contains high lead levels in glazes and patterns. How to identify products? Frequently asked questions. Does Corel have lead? Vintage Corel products safe to use by FDA lead safety regulations. Although, whenever you're Googling a safety concern and then it's the company itself that's like, no, it's fine. We promise. This is always a little concerning. I feel like I need to hear it from third party. Are Corel products lead free? Yeah, Corel's trying to tell you, yes, there was some lead, but like not an illegal amount of lead. What are your top 5 vegetarian meals? Top 5 vegetarian meals. Let me think. Curry, lentil curry, like a lentil dal. I typically use red lentils, bunch of spices, serve it on rice. I make it in the Instant Pot usually, although it's easy to do in the stovetop as well. Lentils, broth, spices, sometimes peppers if I'm feeling excited. You can kind of, I like that one because you can make it a little bit differently every time. Guess they led you astray. Fell out of fashion because of the demand for uranium ore. That's one meal. I need 4 more. What else do I eat? Yam sandwiches, not very high protein, but I do roasted yams and sauteed onions on like a ciabatta bun with cheese, and I do like a aioli by mixing garlic, lemon juice, mayo, salt, and pepper. That's very good. You can throw a bunch of spinach on there if you're feeling like making it green, and if you have spinach. Craft dinner's a tough one. I keep craft dinner on hand in event of craft dinner craving and or emergency, but I pretty much always regret eating it when I've eaten it. It does not do good things for me. It does not make me feel very good. If I was going to say a pasta dish, what I like to make for like a good one, and mind you, this is vegetarian but definitely not vegan, is I will do a homemade cheese sauce, just like a super basic like bechamel sauce with cheese. I like putting some whole grain mustard into it to kind of like add some depth of flavor, is in addition to dry mustard and the sharpest cheese that I have. So I'll make the sauce and then I'll mix it with cooked pasta, typically macaroni, and then also some steamed broccoli. I'll separately steam some broccoli, or sometimes I'll just boil it with the pasta and then mix that in together so that there's some, so it's like meta vegetable. That's good. That's on. All right, we're 3 of 5 meals. Hazel pizza's another good one. I do a homemade pizza dough in the bread machine, and then I like to load it up with, I'll do like a little bit of like a Alfredo sauce, or sometimes even just like a garlic olive oil on the crust for the sauce, and then I like doing garlic feta, maybe some gorgonzola, maybe some spinach, maybe some mushrooms, maybe some olives, maybe some roasted red peppers, maybe some sun-dried tomatoes, whatever I have that sounds yummy. And then of course lots of mozzarella, some herbs. I also like putting garlic and herbs into the crust directly, which you can do when you're making it in your bread machine. That would be meal number 4. What else do I eat? Oh yeah, my mom's tuna casserole. It was very sweet. My husband learned how to make it for me. I can also make it too. It's fairly straightforward. It's canned cream of mushroom soup, canned tuna, pasta, and then like frozen mixed vegetables with cheese on top, baked in a casserole for like dish for like a half an hour. That's very good as well. And make your own pizza dough. Super easy. I chuck the ingredients together in my bread machine, press the go button for dough, and then 90 minutes later I have a workable pizza dough. It's yummy. It's really yummy. It's not like a pizzeria style of pizza. Don't get me wrong. The way I make it, it almost turns out more to be like a flatbread with a bunch of food on it. Like, I like a really bready, doughy pizza. So I'm effectively making flatbread. But it's yummy. Meatless tacos. It's the only kind of tacos I eat. I will make them with, I mean, sometimes I'll just do beans. I like cooking pinto beans specifically. So I'll just do like rice, beans, and then like taco fixings, whatever you can have. But I also, there's some really good, if you want to have more of like a fake meat, I guess, or like a meat substitute instead of just the beans, you could do lentils cooked with like smoky spices like paprika and cumin. Those will, oh dear, those are very good as taco filling as well. I've done that. I've got a couple recipes for that. I'm not sure what Detroit style means in this context. I'm not very educated when it comes to food. Oh, you mean pizza. We're not talking deep dish. I don't want it to be pillowy. I don't want a mattress. I have strong feelings about this. I don't want a mattress, but I don't want a cracker. I want a good pizza crust. This is the worst day of my mage's life. He's doing so poorly. Have to try lentils that way. Yeah. It's super, super easy. And they don't take very long to cook either, especially if you get red lentils. Actually, no, it would be good with the French brown ones too. It's okay, you survived. Barely. Technically survived. My goodness. We're really making use of our defenses over here. I guess I didn't use mass barrier. Fried taco shells, diced tomatoes, powdered cheese. Is there anything else in them? Or is that it? Powdered cheese. Huh. Want to make bagels? Can't lie, I'm scared of the boiling part. Oh, you should try it. It's fun. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to make kind of a wonky looking bagel. And it's going to be the most delicious wonky looking bagel you've ever had in your life. The boiling's super easy. Big pot, hot water, baking soda. Some places will say that you need like malt, something, sugar, vinegar, I don't know. It's useful, but it's not like mandatory. I've done it before with just straight baking soda and water and like a bit of sugar. Howdy, Hazel and chat. Howdy. Lately what we'll do if we're looking for like a sort of a Mexican-ish style meal, we just do burrito bowls, which is when you make burrito fixings, but instead of bothering to put them into a tortilla, you just stick them in a bowl and then you shovel it into your mouth with a spoon. If you really want to eat the tortilla still, you can toast it in a pan to make it kind of crispy and then slice it into strips and mix it into your bowl. That's very good. But I am a goblin. I eat like a gremlin. I just want to curl up over an enormous bowl and shovel food in. It's not like trying to... No. Boiling bagels is nothing like deep frying things. You're not really... When you deep fry things, you're getting splattered with oil, which not only gets extremely hot, but also sticks to you. Water doesn't get as hot when it's still liquid because by the time it turns out hot, it's become steam. And also, like, yes, getting splattered by boiling water burns you a tiny bit, but it's not nearly as bad as oil or like something sticky like sugar. Also, you'll be fine. It doesn't really splatter that much. It does make a mess. It does. You're gonna get like a lot of like little sort of like baking soda spots on everything in the bagel making area, but it wipes up super easy. It's not a problem at all. Got the triple threat title, kind of fun. Triple threat. How do you get that? Enterprising Dungeon Master. Ooh. Wow. So you have to time 10s of the whole current season as... Wow, I've only done... Hang on. As a healer, complete all seasonal dungeons at 10 or higher within the time limit during Season 2. Why do I only have 2 of them? Why do I only have 2 of them? I've definitely... Like, I'm like 2,700. What's happened here? It's not retroactive. Oh, so they just added it. That makes sense. Those are the 2 10s I did yesterday. They added it in 11.15. Oh. Well, that's mean. That's rude. Do you think it's only for the season? It says during War Within Season 2. The triple threat title is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, I can do healer, no problem. I'll get that just incidentally if we start doing keys again. Damage dealer would maybe be a little bit more of a project, but not too bad. The tank one would be a real thinker. New project. Wish it came earlier in the season. Oh man, I would have to do some pugging. I would have to do some pugging. I would have to do some tank pugging, which is horrifying. On 10s? I don't know about 10s. Triple threat though. Triple threat would be pretty cool. I would have to actually learn how to tank. Or how to play my class well and not... Like, I know the basics of tanking, but I would have to really... Oh boy, that would be a big project. All specs in one class. When I had braces, they would clean my teeth with a water pick with a baking soda in it. And they didn't tell... Oh, they didn't clean up the... Yeah. Yeah, I remember they used to give you the stuff to put in the water pick. It was like a solution. Tank is easy, basic gear, brewed, and brand. It's for keys though. It's for dungeons, not just delves. Dungeons, 10 keys in time. All right, 3 more bags. No, that was attempt number 121. 121. No luck. No luck at all. My goodness. But we have more characters. It's about to be boppin' time. Attempt 118, still no Lynx. Or neck and neck. I just did 121. I think I'm going to take a short break, a little midstream break, and when I come back, it's going to be time to break into the hunters. I'll be right back. Look who came by. Hi, bud. Hi, sugar bean. Honey pumpkin. Oh, he's so sleepy. I brought my may or may not have lead paint dish to show. I thought it was so cute. They don't make the cute little patterns like this anymore. Although now I'm wondering if they don't make them anymore because they used lead in their paint. Surely there's a safer paint to use. It doesn't have a date on it. It just says it's stoneware, microwave and oven safe, no stovetop, no broiler. Black light check. I don't have a black light. I do think it's pretty. I feel like it's probably fine to cook with. I gave it a really good wash. Really good wash. Although now I can see I maybe need to scrub this side a bit more. But yeah, it's cute. You can test for lead, don't know about the other stuff. One can test for lead, but can I test for lead personally? Yeah. The pattern's on the outside for sure. The question would be if the rest of the glaze had any lead in it. It's definitely fine. Okay, we got hunters. Oh, Bobby. Do I have a Geiger counter? Yeah, let me just whip it out. I keep it right next to my spectrometer and my I don't even know other fancy measuring device names to finish my joke with. That's sad. What even is a spectrometer? Light, right? Spectrometer. Recording and measuring spectra. Oh, helpful. Wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation, brackets light, thank you, that has interacted with the sample. So you can reflect, absorb, transmit light through a sample. I see. Good. Good. I continually forget to stop by the Weaver's Lair. I guess you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this way. I'm going to go down the near path first. And that way we can stop by the Weaver's Lair before we get to Sureki's End over there. Also, we can pick a mining specialization or do some mining knowledge. If 5 years from now you come check the stream and I've sprouted an extra arm, because that's how radiation works. It's definitely spontaneous limb sprouting. Not at all generational birth defects. Then you can blame the casserole dish. Like, Hazel, where'd that arm come from? Lost your hair? People lose hair for all kinds of reasons. I could just be stressed. Hair loss is very normal. It happens to lots of people. Sometimes I wish I had extra arms. I'd be jealous. What would I do with extra arms? I would probably rotate them. If I had more arms and they worked the same and I could use them without straining myself in any meaningful way interchangeably, it would probably be to rotate them so that I could let them rest adequately between tasks, you know, like... So if I went fishing one day, I could use one arm for fishing, and then I could give that arm the day off, and then take another arm to yoga. But then next week I would flip them so that each arm got to do the activity that the other one didn't before, but they also still both got adequate break periods. Okay, one of these guys does currency. One of these lobsters is going to be a currency friend. I'm going to pull all of Archej onto this character, more or less. At least most of it. I forget the name of the guy. I'm just going to mouse over them until someone says they're about currency. Kamuko. It's this guy. So he will sell me resonance crystals. So yeah, it's 2 to 1. So for my 36k Kej, I can get somewhere in the neighborhood of 18k resonance crystals. Which is pretty good. It's a decent chunk. It'll help. It's not nothing. We're gonna need them for stuff. Sprout an extra arm, you'll be a heck of a Mythic Plus player. Use it to press more buttons on your keyboard. Then you would need a new wardrobe. True. I don't know, I wear a lot of baggy clothes. I feel like I could just shove an extra one in here and it wouldn't be a big deal. What if one of your arms was better at literally every task? Where is this exchange NPC? At the Weaver's Lair. Near... Let's see, what are we near here? Down the hill from the Dornagal portal in this little top curvy thingy. His name is Kamuko. Kamuko. And his title is Cash Currency Exchange. Oh, pleased with that. Alright, let's go start at the bottom. Thanks, I need resonance crystals. I wonder if I'm ever going to get caught up on resonance crystals. If I'm ever going to feel like I've done enough. I don't have the coordinates handy, and I find coordinates kind of wonky in this zone anyways because of the way the Weaver's Lair works. No, I'm not going to worry about it. NPC name was KA''MUKO though, so I bet you Wowhead would have more detailed information if you're looking for background. I feel like starting at the bottom here, I'm doing the easiest quest first. That the one with the elixir is definitely the one that seems to take me the longest. It's got the most elites. Even with that buff that you get. I guess I don't know if you're able to continue using that buff that you get, like that elixir that they give you for the first quest, to do the other two quests. Maybe you keep this. Maybe you keep it. The add-on that I used for the Delve achievement was Delve Companion, I am pretty sure. Delve Companion, that's the name of it. Adds extra information to your adventure journal about delves, including your achievement progress. No problem. You know what is a problem? Is I have a puppy here, and I didn't have my puppy camera on. I wonder why he came in here to hang out with me. He doesn't always do that on stream. Sometimes he'll come in at the very end of stream to be like, why haven't you finished yet? When are you gonna come say hi to Moose? Sleepy buddy. It's started to get warm enough outside that I'm gonna have to start shifting my schedule, and normally I tend to do dog walks during kind of like late afternoon, which is the hottest part of the day, and it's starting to get warm enough that I can't really get away with that anymore because it's getting a little too toasty out for Moose. Even if it's like 17, 18 degrees Celsius, which is still cooler than room temperature, if it's sunny, he really gets cooking. He's got a lot of dark fur on him that really gets warm in the sun, and it seems hard for him to cool himself down. He'll heat up for a long time, and then he doesn't go very fast. 76, 78, 80. Four, 5. See how many of these little guys we can pull here. I used to talk a big game about how I liked reading a lot, but I would read on a tablet that was just slightly backlit so I could read at night with the lights off. And I do still do that. I've got quite a few books collected on it, and I'm happy with that. But I started reading an actual book again, like a physical one. And now I've started to see the need for a little itty bitty little like book light, like those little clip-on ones. I ordered one that I think should arrive today that I'm excited to try, because I need just enough light to read by, but I don't want much extra light beyond what I just basically need to read, because I don't want it keeping me up. I don't want like a big light shining in my face if it's nighttime and I'm trying to get sleepy, because I like to read before bed. Excited to see if it works. Maybe after I move, I'll figure out what my very favorite books are to read a lot of times, and maybe I'll look for hard copies of those ones. Or maybe I'll just keep borrowing paperbacks. Heading up this way. I'm so turned around by trying to do these backwards. I don't normally head up the hill. I don't know what else I want to use my resonance crystals for. Is there anything in this zone? Let's see, Isbarg. Rares. A bunch of severed thread stuff. Oh yeah, those were from the war chest, the armored weapons and whatnot. And then there was 2 more. Oh yeah, that's right, those vendor items. I wanted to go spend 500 resonance crystals to buy a lamplighter's unlit torch. That's right. Should do that just for the +1 of it all, you know, just to take an item off the Ashkahet list. One of the Philips Hue lights with my bedroom, so I can turn it off with a phone app. Helps most when you're ready to sleep after reading. One of my bedside lamp is attached to my home kit, so I can ask SIRI to turn that lamp off, and he will. But the lamp is so bright that I don't really like using it for nighttime reading because it basically lights up the whole room. And my poor spouse might also like to get some sleep. He says he doesn't mind, but I want to be considerate, and I don't want that much light to read with anyway. I just want like a little secret light, you know? I do like voice-activated lights until they stop working, though. They're great because when it's dark out and you don't want to like trip your way over to a lamp, it's awesome being able to just ask the room to turn the light on, and it works. And I like having them on schedules too, so it turns on every night at 9 o'clock, so I don't have to worry about turning it on myself. Good for when you're like getting ready for bed, but not so good when they disconnect from the Wi-Fi. Love lighting I can get with my Kindle. Hard to leave that quality of life. I think I just got a bit nostalgic for having a little bookshelf of my... Like when I was a kid, I had a little bookshelf in my room, and it was a wooden bookshelf. And, you know, I kept all my books on it. As you do. And every night, I would... If I needed a new thing to read, because I'd finished a book, I would kind of like go back to my shelf and be like, well, what have I not read in a while? And I would just like keep rereading them. Used to be so anti-ebook. Yeah. I like a digital book. I find I like them a lot better when I can change the settings on the e-reader to be page flip and not infinite scroll. For some reason, the infinite scroll I feel like is less immersive for me. It doesn't give me quite the same feeling as even the digital page flip kind of helps make me feel like it's a book and not just a really long article online. Actual books are much less convenient because you have to like, especially if you're lying down. Like I've always enjoyed lying down in bed to read, but it means that the right page, if you're lying on your left side, the right page, you can just kind of like sit the book with you and read it. But then if you want to read the other page, you have to pick it up, and less convenient, especially if it's like a big hardcover. Then it's heavy. You haven't lived until you've dropped a book on your face. %. I don't think I've taken the field elixir. Maybe I should find it. Up here, maybe? Yeah. Uh-oh. That's not what we're doing. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing a very good job, but that's okay. 12%. Just got the Lynx. Congratulations, nation. It's wonderful. I am 100% happy for you and not even 2% jealous. Today could be my day. Got a couple more characters left to run here. I like spending time on this hunter. This is my Undermine Goblin. I was kind of motivated to have a Goblin alt to play in Undermine because I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to get into the spirit of things. And I was really happy to make this one. I feel like she's very fun. She's got the Mog going. She's got the bombshell crab pet and then one of the Goblin hyenas. Love hard books sometimes, especially for 800+ page books. When I was reading the first Stormlight Archive book, I would switch between the hard book and the ebook. I don't like a book that's too pretty because then I feel bad for reading it. I like borrowing books that are already a little beat up. Or I like having like books like paperbacks that are old copies that are a little beat up because as long as I can still make out the words of it, having it be like a little dog-eared and a little worn in makes me feel much better about just like relaxing and reading it and not worrying so much about whether or not I'm holding it perfectly or if a page gets creased or something. It's like imagining trying to drive someone's car that's like pristine, and you don't want to get like a speck of dust on it, and that's a lot more stressful than just driving someone's car that is just, I don't know, not like horrifically beat up, but just like worn, you know, a little bit. Lock is A+. Secondhand books that are a little worn has my heart. Love physical indie books, but worn in secondhand. Someone, one of the paperbacks that I'm reading right now that is secondhand, whoever its previous owner was or one of its past owners, made some notations in the margin, but in pencil, you know, respectfully. You could erase it if you want to, but I wouldn't. And it's kind of cool seeing like the thoughts of a reader that went before me. It makes me feel like this book helped somebody in the past, like it had a life of its own that I'm just now stepping into. I like feeling like I'm part of the story in a larger history of this one item, which is ironically also a story, you know, like that's fun. Personal history, yeah. Objects that have held someone's attention for any length of time compared to objects that have never been paid any attention. I think that's why I like handmade things too. I feel like there's like a special sort of human magic to items that someone's really put like loving care into or paid a lot of attention to, or that have been very special to somebody. Am I all good? I'm all good. My heart's back up. Time for the explosive Hearthstone. I have Lord of the Rings editions that I don't really plan on ever actually reading from. Yeah, I don't ever want to own something nice like that. I think they're amazing. I want other people to own them. I don't have it in me to have a book that's not for reading. Just like I don't have it in me to have dishes that are not for eating off of. If something is too fancy to use, then it's too fancy for me to own it. I want to use my things. When I was a kid, I remember someone had dolls that were just for display and not for playing with. And I thought that was the saddest thing I'd ever heard of in my life. Not saying that you, like, I totally respect not wanting to read, like, a special edition of a book. There's nothing wrong with keeping collectibles in pristine condition. It's just not compatible with me, personally, and my own possessions. My partner and I received a engraved cutting board with our names and our wedding date on it. That's like a beautiful, very heavy wooden cutting board. And at first I was like, this is so pretty. It's way too pretty to use. I don't want to damage it. I don't want to like scuff it up by cutting food on it. And then I had to think about it. And then I was like, that's what it's for. Yes, it's a keepsake and it's a collectible, but I betcha you can chop up a couple carrots, enjoy spending time with the thing, and you won't, you know, you're making more memories with it. You're giving it a chance to be part of your life, you know? Aww. All right, drum roll. Nope, that was attempts 122, 23, and 24 with no luck whatsoever. But we have 2 more hunters to try. Multiple editions. Some of them are more beat up than others. I don't think there's a thing wrong with it. Please don't feel like I'm coming for you. I think it's great. Have you seen my doggy? Have you seen my baby boy? Have you seen my little puppalop? He's my Moosey Bear Muffin. He's Mr. Bear. I want to squidge him and give him a big hug, but he's sleepy and I don't want to wake him up. It's a great struggle in my life, is I want to let my pets rest when they're sleeping. I know I do not like having my sleep disturbed. If I was sleeping very nicely and someone woke me up to give me a hug, I would be like, why have you done this to me? Hug me later when I'm awake. Not that that's ever happened, but like I have to restrain myself when it's these guys because I want to give them that same respect and let them rest, but they look so cute. I'm letting him sleep. I'm letting him sleep. He's really soft. He smells nice. I love my Pop-Pop. I don't remember not having him. He's only 2 years old. Most things in my life are older than Moose. My coffee table's older than Moose. Most of my things are older than Moose. But I don't remember what life was like before him. Never want to keep figures just in boxes, but why should they just sit on shelves? Oh, I forgot. I was gonna go buy the torch. It's in Ashgahet somewhere. My WoW bestie got her Shadowlands in her 3rd bag ever. Lucky, lucky. I've got 6 more tries today before I am out of characters to run, in which case I'm probably gonna have to pivot to doing weeklies or something. Or delves. Probably weeklies. I want gold. I want to start saving up WoW token BNet balance. Put all my squishmallows on top of a bookshelf, and now I'm sad they're just sitting there. Oh. Kitty, he was there first. He did get there first. You can sit with me if you like. Do you want to come sit up here, honey? Yeah, you come sit with me. I love you. She just grunted a little bit like, I wanted the bed. Problem with getting too many, I don't even have that many. I rotate mine around and use them as like pillows and stuff, which does definitely make them more worn in. And a couple of them have fallen victim to Moose, but just feels like a destiny. Feels a bit like fate. I was down a cushion. Oh, are you gonna try to make it work? I love them so much. She's like trying to figure out if there's room for her. And I feel like he would totally let her cuddle. But she's not gonna want that. I feel like she wants to kick him out of the bed, but she can't figure out how to do it because he's like 70 pounds and asleep. Although you can tell he's listening. He's got an ear up. Do you know if the new pack with the fell mount could eventually be in a promo? Same thing with the pack with the 5 panda colored mounts. I have no idea. They do sometimes put lookalikes of shop mounts on the trading post. That's the place where I feel like they're most likely to pop up. Tough to say. This is the goodest. He's a very good boy. I like it when he goes up to Kira and just starts grooming her. He'll just start giving her a bath and give her big kisses all over her face and ears, and she just kind of... I think she likes it because she slow blinks back at him. One of our neighbors has a dog that looks so much like Moose. Moose gets taken for a girl dog a lot. People that haven't met him before will ask what's her name. And I know it's like impossible to like tell with dogs unless you're kind of craning to look underneath them, but I just think that means that, oh my god, are you guys gonna cuddle? You can. I would die, but don't let that stop you. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think she's I think she's just trying to find a spot. I like how Moose is staying perfectly still. Like, he would be so game. He would be so down. Oh my god, you guys, you're so cute. He's like, stay perfectly still. I don't think she's gonna do it. She's just circling. She just wants a spot on the bed. I think she's leaving. Yeah, she's walking out of the room now. He is so good with her. I'm so proud of him. He's like, where'd she go? I was so worried for the longest time that he was gonna not be able to get away from his drive to play with her, and he was just gonna like chase her and stress her out. But he's so gentle and sweet. He brought her his tennis ball last night. She was sitting on a chair just like having a sip. And he comes up to her and he gives her a bunch of kisses in the face. And then he's like, hang on, wait right there. And he like goes away, finds a tennis ball, brings it to her, and drops it on the bed right next to her. She is A, cat. B, blind. She's not gonna play with the ball, but it was so cute that he thought of her. I was like, wait, you know what we need? You know what we should do? Have you seen the tennis balls? They're great. He's still tickled pink that we've let him have real tennis balls again. And not just the rubbery ones. I wonder if he would ever make friends with another kitty the same way that he has with Kira. I feel like he could, if introduced slowly enough. Moose can make friends with anybody. Have you heard of the Labubus? Or the Lababus? Labubus? I have not heard of this. What is a Labubu? Who are the Labubus? Just learned it from. Collectibles. Oh, blind box thing. Gotcha. I thought it was. My prediction would have been that it was somebody's like pet-based like social account, like a set of animals on like TikTok or Reels or something. That maybe a Labrador and his cats, and they're collectively the Labubus. And now I'm a bit disappointed. Got my nesting spore mite from Horrific Visions. Of course, the 2 mounts that you can just collect. Very nice. Congratulations. Oh my god, you're the lady from the raid tutorials. That's me. Hi, Daphne. Big thank you. Aw, shucks. The new Stanley. Oh. Stanley. Stanley Tucci? Stanley Cups. I have seen Ella Stomps. I'm obsessed with Siberian Derpskis, Archer and Leia, pair of Huskies. Obsessed with them. One cat, Zim, loves fetch with paper balls. The other day he brought the ball to our other cat like, your turn. Aww. 3-year-old has been copying Nala and it's adorable and silly. Oh, that's so sweet. The other pet-based social account is I don't remember the name of the account, but Cactus the dog, because Cactus looks a lot like Moose. So that one's come up a few times and he's very cute too. He's got a cat friend now. My pets are really struggling. I feel like I should not Google a Labubu because I feel like my life is better off without them. If it's a blind box collectible item that I'm sure is cute, I think that the best possible thing for me right now is to not even look. Just carry on, not worry about it. That cannot, it's like when you hear about a mobile game that's like making a lot of money, you're like, oh, they've managed to convince people of value in this thing and then they printed money with it. Perhaps I should not look at whatever mind games they used to talk people out of their money. Very rich of me as an owner of several Squishmallows. And WoW stuff. Hang on, hold on, everybody. This character is really just having such a tough time. Hey, we did it! Ooh, I got a transmog I needed. I needed the esteemed Nerubian's mantle. That's very exciting. I guess that was like a regular rare and not just like a quest rare. Okay, so that one's done. We just need to do these guys. That area's hard with Hunter no matter what. They do something to pets. My 650 Hunter managed just fine, but this Hunter is only 632, and she's definitely struggling a bit more. When they made Valorstones tradable account-wide, I had used my alts, and I'd kind of pulled some Valorstones off of my main, because my main was like always capped in Valorstones. And you lose some stones to do it. There's a 20% cost to transferring Valorstones, but I had pulled some and I had done some upgrades, and that was all well and good. But then last night, when I was trading all of my crests, up and getting more gilded crests to use and trying to get all my hero gear to 8 of 8 and my mythstrat gear to 8 of 8, I realized that I was about to be out of Valorstones on my main, so I actually went and I pillaged one of my alts. I was on my main and I pulled Valorstones off of some poor item level 630 Hunter or another, one of the two of them. And I felt like it was piracy. Like, my main's definitely going to earn more Valorstones, but I needed them then. Squishmallows weren't that hard to get. I feel like Squishmallows were not hard at all, as long as you weren't picky about which ones you wanted. If you had it in your mind to get a specific one, then you were in trouble. But if you just kind of wanted to have like a couple of them and you were down to whatever seemed cute that was on the shelf, they were relatively, they were fine, they were affordable. And available at a few places. That was the joy then for me, was not to go in with like one in mind, but just to like see what sort of plushies they had on the shelf at the time, and if anybody really spoke to me. I am all good in that regard now. I like the ones I have, and I think I have enough. It's okay, I haven't gotten to 650 yet. Oh, this quest has gone quite fast. I must have gotten a good AoE pull in somewhere. There we go. A lot of greens. This character could probably stand to sell some of these things too. Some of the gathering stuff. Okay. I'm starting to realize that I think it takes me about the same amount of time to do the dailies regardless of which zone they're in. It's not that... I think it's just I'm equally slow at the Hello Fall ones. Remember Pillow Pets? I don't remember Pillow Pets. Sounds up my alley, but I don't remember those. I was into Beanie Babies as a kid. I used to take my little scraps of cash that you would get as a child from various sources and save up my loonies and toonies until I had $10 plus tax worth, and then pick out a Beanie Baby from the gift shop that was by the grocery store. I had a little dragon that had kind of like shiny, iridescent looking wings. Forget his name. It might have been Puff or something really generic like that, but I liked him a lot. Trying a 13 Priory, really hoping we can time this, would help a lot towards 3k. Good luck in there. You got it. Priory is such a fun key. It's spicy though. I feel like things can go sideways very quickly in Priory, especially on those packs with the paladins. And the mobs in the beginning that do that disrupting shout. And then the Sacred Toll paladins before the second boss. I have to Google Pillow Pets. What are you guys talking about? Pillow Pets. Oh, those are cute. Yeah, I'd never heard of them, but they look really cute. With Velcro straps that allows them to be converted from a decorative pillow into a stuffed animal. I like stuffed animals a lot, but I feel like I really cooled down on them when I got a real puppy. A lot of my animal loving energy just gets channeled into my moosey bear. Like I'm an adult and he's my dog, so I can just spoil him rotten. I can just give him love all day. He's such a sweetie pie. He's so cute. He's such a happy boy. Like when we go out on walks, he's just trotting around, grinning at everybody. Just moosing down the street. He's definitely happiest if he has both of us, though. That's how you know he's spoiled, is that he wants both of his adults on a walk with him. If it's just one or the other, he will constantly stop to look around to see if the other one's gonna catch up or show up out of nowhere. Was that my third quest? That was. So we can head back, turn him in, see if we got lucky. Okay. What time is it? 10 after 11. I wonder if we're going to get this mount today or if it's going to go into next week's streams. I'm going to have to, at least for one stream next week, do more horrific visions. It'll be Orgrimmar coming around. Oh, I forgot to buy that thing in Najkahet that I wanted. That's right. What do you want? Oh, it's a renown cache. This is my second one. The renown cache had 1,500 resonance crystals, and then some crests and potions. Mostly excited about the resonance crystals. Drum roll. For a moment, I thought it was really going to. We got it! I was just about to say, I thought that I was going to get it on attempt 125 out of 125, because that's what all the things thought the drop rate was. And then it dropped on attempt 127. There we go. One shadebound leash, shadowbound leash. For me. Void scarred Lynx, thank you very much. How blue is it? Oh, it is blue. That is big blue. Let's go. Oh, we need another, I was losing hope. I was wondering if it was going to get into 200s. I had some vague notion that they might do that to me. Lucky Hunter. Happy it wasn't another Midnight's Raids. That is such a blue mount. Can't defeat me. Nice. So now for Nightfall, I pretty much just need to do like another set of weeklies on my alts to get the rest of the weapons and stuff. Should be able to buy the rest of everything. 3 more of those plus a pair of leather pants. I suppose I'm here because the boss is going to spawn soon and maybe it'll drop me something. It's not even guaranteed to though, is it? I don't think we'll worry about it. I did predict it. Oh, I see. Want to see that on an S-Priest now. I typically, when I play my Priest, I typically don't have Shadowy Friends on. I feel like if you wanted your Shadow form to extend to the mount, you would need to glyph it. But it would be cool to see. Oh, all these characters with their hearts set to Merildar. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do now. Oh dear. I wonder if it'll let me log out. Yeah. I think. I wish the lynxes could fly. Oh. Someone's snoozing. None of these characters are Najkahet, are they? I kind of want to go buy that transmog that I saw in all the things. The unlit torch. I think I can just go grab it. Port to Halifal using the follower dungeons. Yeah, yeah, you totally can. I also have the dungeon portals as well. You could do like a priory portal or something. I don't really like using the follower dungeon thing. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel good. I was gonna go Ashkahet. That's right. I wanted to go buy the thing. Because other things... The other projects that are kind of looming for me... One of them is chat lists. I am trying to keep up with my work on the part-timer achievement for Chatmate. I'm 15. I've turned in 15 completed chat lists of 100. It only counts when you turn them into chat. You cannot turn them in for rep for this. Or at least you can, but it won't count. So doing this on alts was, I feel like, the only way for me to start progressing on the part-timer title. Are you dreaming? I think he's dreaming. There's only... I don't even know if I'm going to wear that title. But... Vendors. Quartermaster. Over this way. Pawn nettle. Drop chance in the mount. Got it after like 10 boxes. Assumed it was on the higher side. Under 1%. I think you're pretty lucky. Most of my characters just have engineering now because wormholes are too good. Yeah, I could see it. Am I needing to go above here? Is it like up on a ledge? No. It's not up on a ledge. I keep forgetting where this is. There's a map pin there. There's a flight path as well. Like, it's a definite, it's a real place. And I just can't remember how to get into it. There's a lot of verticality to this zone. Must be even further underneath. That must be what's going on. Even further underneath. Yeah, there we go. Hello, excuse me. Can you please sell me the unlit torch? Thank you. Perfect. These things are collected from different items, and I don't think I'm gonna spend the crystals on that. Specifically lucky in only Halifal. I got Belladar in 3 kills, Void Lynx in 9 bags, and then the spreading of the Light Lynx somewhere in the range of 40 to 50, but still no care amounts after farming every week for 2 years. Oh. He's dreaming. His front paws are twitching. I want to see... I did Anthus's weeklies. Let's take my Warlock. Let's take my Warlock to Undermine. Especially because, like, Surge pricing is going to start in, like, 13 minutes. See if we can do a chat list on her. And then any weeklies that go along with it. So we can stop in Dornegal. Probably set my hearth back up there, if we're being honest. If I was gonna go up to Dornegal. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna do my own tip. If I want to get up to Dornegal, I'm going to take the Rookery portal because I'm not going to need a dungeon portal on this character in the next 8 hours. Rookery, there we go. And then I can fix her Hearthstone back to Dornegal. We'll talk to the innkeeper, and I want to pick up weeklies as well, especially the Titan Fragment weekly. Maybe the Delve weekly as well. Nearly 400 tries deep on Red Infernal from Gul'dan. Holy. That's a long time. That's just the dungeons completed. Titan Disc Fragments. And then Call the World Soul. So we'll do Undermine World Quests. Because those should be pretty quick to do down there. I feel like this is going to be some of the faster ways of getting golden resonance crystals. Plus chetlist progress. It'll be good. Folks killing elites and Undermine have greatly died off. Yesterday I was out here on my Paladin and I was having to solo most of them to get them done. I wasn't getting very far otherwise. So we need to do at least 6 world quests. We can do easy ones and gold ones. So races are good. Over 400 attempts in the Blazing Drake now. I've obtained every single item ID from Dragon Soul in every difficulty. Still haven't gotten them out. Whoa. Dragon Soul's such a gross farm too. I haven't done that one in years and years. Did I pick up? No, I need to stop by town and grab the Undermine weeklies as well as my chat list too. Oh no, I should have done the chat list because it might ask me for races. I always forget to go to the hotel first. Whoopsies. Missing 1 map from Dragon Soul. Yeah. Deathwing was annoying for obvious reasons, but I also used to struggle with remembering to talk to Thrall to like start some RP or open up a portal or something. Because there was so much RP, I would just get used to waiting. And then I would be waiting for way too long when they actually needed me to do something. There we go. And then we'll get our list. Am I 100% a Dragon Soul? Of course not. But I got the mounds, which was, at the time, 100% for me. I certainly have not gone back to farm Mog from it. So, scrap, rares, cruising should be easy. And then this is going to give me some gold, question mark? Gold I get to keep? Dragon Soul had a lot of mounts too. I felt like really accomplished when I got as many of them as I did. Yeah, 800 gold. So, Titan Disc Fragments are really good for rares. Delves are good for them too. I also need scrap for the sake of... I need scrap for the sake of chat lists and weeklies. Can solo it on my tank tunes for the most part, but DPS tunes are rough. Oh, Foreman Gutso, yeah. He's really dangerous. Him and Slugger, I feel like, kill me more often than not. The Ephemeral Agent Lethede I can usually solo fine, especially if you kick the barrage. Oh, sleepy puppy. A good way to get a little bit of extra market research too. I'm gonna need it sooner or later. Do we have gunk? Nope, not on me right now. That just barely got to 500. 10 Valor Stones, 14 market research. So yeah, I guess this is a good way to get market research done, doing scrap. If you can. Let's see, what are easy ones to do? Or what's going to give me gold here? There's no other gold ones that I can see. Holes in one's pretty easy, I say now. Good for a couple of Valor Stones. One, two. When it rolls back and forth over the hole, it always gives me an itty bitty teeny tiny heart palpitation. And I feel like they designed it that way on purpose. I feel like they did that to us. Intentionally. I don't think I've seen those vermin for anything. Maybe they're for a world quest for a different cartel. So we need to keep an eye out for rares, because I need to kill those for my chat list as well as for my archives weekly. Which is a really good one to do on alts for resonance crystals and gold. Oh my goodness. I just want to use my my can, but I'm stuck in combat. I don't know why I'm so hung up on part-timer. I feel like most people probably gave up on it. It seems so rude. It just seems like 100. It seems like you were not meant to do the achievement that way, but nobody really knows how to meet the other requirement and become Employee of the Month. There's only a couple people that have done it, and they don't know how they did it. Rep first gives you more benefits. But how are you then going to do... I disagree. Because if your ultimate goal is to complete this achievement, it seems that it's a lot easier to get rep from other sources than it is to get that achievement done any other way. If you're going to have to turn 100 lists into chat, I feel like starting sooner rather than later is the move. Especially now that the rep has been buffed. Before the rep was buff, I think I would have agreed with you. But now that you can get rep so easily from weeklies and from daily and from world quests, I feel like the rep comes by a lot easier from other ways. Whereas if you want that achievement, I feel like you gotta get Chetin. I did check Wowhead. There's a whole article on it. That's where the mystery is. Nobody knows. No one's been able to figure it out. There's just a couple other people that have got the Employee of the Month thing, and they don't know how they did it. Rep gives you Mechanica. But how else are you going to get Chetmate done? Like, how else are you going to get Chetmate done? Unless you, like, there isn't any other plan for it. So you may as well do Chetmate first. And then if you still need Mechanica or you still need Rep, then you could pivot your chat list away from it. But you need 100 first. I have yet to do more than one chat list in a week because of chat cards. A lot of my characters are holding some of them, but I haven't gone out and ground them. I'm generally just doing the one free one a week because that's about all I can get through. If Flyboy Snooty's up, I think I should try to give him a go. I need rares for my list. You think someone's going to solve Employee? Alright. Maybe. It's been a couple of months. You let me know how it works out for you. You could be right. I thought they figured out you had to turn in a list every day from the 1st to the 30th. Did they? I thought someone tried that and then found it didn't work. But I will double check. I will go back. Let's see. Wowhead. Employee of the month. As soon as we get this rare done anyway. Maybe they solved it since the last time I looked. I haven't been checking every day. Employee of the month achievement. Prove yourself as chat's most dedicated. Employee. Nope, don't add a comment. I don't have any comments. Newest first. The first employee of the month got it with only 1 exalted cartel. New theory. No, it's just theories. There are 6 people who have obtained this, all between April 25th and May 2nd. Regions were EU, US, Korea, US, and Korea. We have people in the same region getting this, so it's not some kind of 1 person per region per month. It's also not the first. It's not just the number 1 person in each server. At least 1 player did not have the chatmate achievement yet, meaning it was done with less than 100 total chat lists. Yeah, it's... No. No one knows. No one has strong info right now. Have you tried looking for the Employee of the Month achievement in your bank? Oh, I should do press look for the pet charms, if we have rarity on anyway, for rematch. The only thing that people know who got it is that the red button was lit up, but they didn't know how they got it that way. That's so mysterious. It's so mysterious. This is the humanoid team, which maybe is not the best way to do it, but it'll be fine. Uh-oh. I don't have battle scripts on. Oh, surge pricing just started. I just think this random invisible staffer is granting it to random players. I hope that we eventually find out. Like, I hope it eventually gets solved. It seems like it's been done so few confirmed times that it's got to be something weird or something that's not working correctly. Anyway, I think I'm likely to get 100 of them turned in the old-fashioned way well before anyone figures out what you have to do for the button. What if it's intended to be commentary on how meaningless Employee of the Month is? And how I don't know, predatory dynamics between workplaces and their employees. Pardon me. Oh, there's a scrap job over there. Although, no, we're not doing scrap. We're doing jobs. We need to do jobs. Because we've got surge pricing up, and we need to do it for the weekly. There's the package. Taking it this way. I feel like, oh man, I just missed the green tip chest. We'll have to make sure we get the blue one. As long as you participated, and if the blue one gets earned for the zone, you will get it, but it's a lot easier if you actually, like, help fill the bar. Oh, do you think I can just lock gate up there? I'm a warlock right now. Do you think this will work? Can't use that here. Why not? Oh, man. I bet it's possible. It's probably just really picky. I like how you never know if you're going to be murdering chefs or rescuing a hermit crab. Like, there's not a whole lot of priority of care here. It's whatever they want you to do. Oh, that one's easy. We gotta do 10 anyways for the weekly. Get our free resonance crystals. Right, the roaches. I was just musing on how many lists 100 is. Like, if somebody was doing it every week on their main and they just did one list a week, which would be kind of like a normal amount to do, it would take them 2 years of remembering to come back here. Like an entire 2-year expansion cycle. At which point, it's like somewhere in there, the next expansion is going to come out. You know, people are decorating their midnight player houses and they're just working on their chat list. It'd be funny if it was just bugged in one patch, they fix the bug and everyone starts getting it. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. I'm not holding out hope for it, but it would it wouldn't shock me either. Do you think my dog's comfy? Do you think he's having a nice nap? Wrath Jewel crafting takes 354 days of dailies to get all the recipes in one character. Content didn't come out as fast back then, though. I feel like there was also less of an expectation that one character needed to get every recipe. I feel like that's more of a self-imposed expectation, maybe. Although we could argue that point all day long. Spider-Man feels bad to a lot of people for collecting. The Chet's Mechanica don't feel good. Yeah, if you're trying to 100% it. Like, there's a lot of things you can get relatively easily that are really cool. You can more or less get one of every sort of model of mount without a whole lot of drama. But if you're trying to get all the colors, which most collectors would be, then you are going to be in for a time. Junkman Gunch. Junkman Gunch is such a name. Which reminds me of how much I hate dailies for professions. Remember the WoD Garrison daily cooldowns for crafting? Like, you could only make so much of your special cloth or whatever. And basically every profession had one, or almost every profession had one. And you had to use your daily cooldown just to make stuff you could use. Talk about time gating. Here's a tip chest. Where are we going next? Goldfish. I thought I was there. I was not there. You can do one chat list a week on your alt's next expansion. It will be done in 0 time. I just don't understand your logic. It would still take 100 weeks worth of... or 100 lists worth of effort, whether you do it now or later. I just don't get it. I guess you could argue that it's faster to complete chetlist objectives next expansion when you can kill mobs more quickly. But I would argue that the vast majority of the things that your chetlist is asking you to do have nothing to do with killing mobs. There's a few things here and there, but it's a lot of run around, do this, click this thing, find these guys. I don't think that that's going to make a huge difference for this particular thing. Water's all gone. Happy with that. I need all the resonance crystals I can get. How are we doing on the list? Oh, we're done. Ace. Okay. I could do one more scrap job just for the sake of whatchamacallem. Oh, that's the Dell. That's not it. The Scrap Weekly. Think about spending more time collecting an old content and less time in current content for those reasons, but then I think about how sometimes it's less fun to just one-shot everything. A lot of times waiting can be detrimental. Like, some things happen a lot easier when there's other people also doing them, and that it's easier to collect things while they're current. It doesn't always... sometimes it works the other way. How are we doing on our Titan Disc fragments? 30. This will be 40, I guess. Other things are tough to do when you're one-shotting stuff as well. Yeah, absolutely. Tip chest. I should set up some kind of an auto vendor rule to get rid of these like steam boil fuel tanks and hand crank casings. Nobody wants them anymore. They're not worth it. Find it annoying to go to an older zone and people can one-shot everything, etc. Mm-hmm. Get a good drop off this guy. I have the mount already, but sometimes I feel like some of my Mechanica are from him. No Mechanica. Lucky Locket. Get any good amounts of market research? 50. Not nothing. We can do the special assignment. That should be pretty easy. Get us another weekly cash. Considering moving to a low pop RP realm for my main. Not sure yet. It's nice having an alt on one for sure. Every now and then you want to check on something that's easy to get there. I feel like it's a nightmare for getting armor crafted though. Like if you're talking to people on your server trying to find a crafter to make something and you don't want to have to... You can have things crafted off realm with like guild crafting and stuff, but it's a mess doing it. I remember I had a horrible time finding a crafter just trying to talk in trade chat on Horde on my regular realm because my realm was like 99% Alliance. Oh, he's having a good dream. Look, he's happy. What a good pup. Accidentally one shot to haunt and someone got mad at me. Oh. I definitely like having that one Megheart Orc Hunter on an RP realm. Because especially if you turn on war mode, if you need to find something up that's not often up, that's the way to do it. It's 5 to 6 world quests. What's an easy one to do? Litter nibblers, maybe? She's getting so many sparks that I'm not going to use. Oh, a couple thousand gold. She's got a decent amount of Valor Stones, too. This will give her a few more. I need one more world quest, 50 more Titan Disc Fragments. I'll do this one. And then maybe a delve. Won't really give her a weekly if she just does the one. But it would be good for it would be good for Titan Disc Fragments. She might have a map. No, she doesn't have a map. I've got no end of keys. 6 coffer keys that I'm sitting on right now. Here. Yeah, I feel like the, especially if the drop rate on the mounts from the Paragon caches is as good as people are saying it is, the cartel reps, Dark Fuse notwithstanding, are going to be not too bad now that they've been buffed. You get so much for doing the weeklies, and it's really no big deal to come by and do weeklies on one character. Let's see if we can do Slugger. Of course there's nobody here. Why would there be anybody here? That would be too easy. Yeah, they're not a guarantee, but people say that they're decent drop rates. I don't know if those are people that have started farming them yet though, or if they're just people like me that haven't started yet and want to feel better about the prospect of starting. I don't know if we have. We must have some data now. Some drop rate data from like Wowhead Looter. Finished 3 of the 4. That's pretty good. Can I handle this? Can I handle this on my own? Clearing some room. Farming chat pages. I was doing chat lists and weeklies on alts. I want to finish up like general weeklies for extra resonance crystals and gold. I need 50 more Titan disc fragments, which is why I'm kind of eyeballing this rare. I'm thinking about maybe a delve. Be good. And I'm wondering if I can solo Slugger. He normally kills me. Oh, there's somebody here. Off and away. Believe. Go gadget. What's that thing called? Voidwalker. I don't even have an interrupt. I got lucky and I got my Void Lynx today. New mount. It's 127 attempts. Delves give 35, 3 delves. Yeah, probably. I guess I'm also kind of hoping that maybe something will spit out a miscellaneous Mechanica, but I think you're right. I think I should probably just do the delve. Is that one bountiful right now? I guess I also don't have to do the delves on an 8. I was thinking of doing the delves on an 8, but there's no huge reason for that. It would just be, I guess, like a happy medium for Bran experience. Oh no, that's not even it. That's not even you know what I should do is I should use the toy, the Delvabot. If I want to go to a bountiful delve. Little part of me that wants to delete alts to make room for a hunter of every race right now. I mean, am I that worried about gearing up my alt? I don't know. I never know. There's probably an argument to be made for just doing it on like a level 1. Get it done faster for just the Titan disc fragments and for the weekly, I suppose. I do want Bran experience. Oh, this is the deploy and defend extractors one. This one is really slow. Or you getting up, pup? You have a good nap? No? Not getting up. Man, if it gives me like 35 Titan disc fragments from this one delve, I'm gonna be 5 short. I'll see you later. I really thought I could multitask a bit more than it turns out I can. Get my Voidwalker back. No cat luck? I did have cat luck today. It dropped after 127 loots. approximately. Somewhere in there. That's the number that my rarity gave me after everything. Your reverse manifestation did work. That's a valuable technique. You could charge people for that. I have a feeling this is not going to be a very fast delve in the grand scheme of things for me. How much could I realistically charge? Listen, shoot for the moon. Kinda want to loot that. If I'm gonna be really slow, I may as well get some buffs along the way. Sometimes in this delve, I will try to speed things up by going ahead and defending 2 extractors at the same time. I don't think I'm gonna do that this time. I don't think it's gonna work out for me. I did have some Lynx luck today. I am up 1 Lynx. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week. I'm gonna have to come up with a new plan. Aside from just chat lists on alts. Do we get this Titan Disc fragment every week? Like the Titan Disc fragment weekly every week? I feel like it's not up every week, but maybe I'm just imagining that. Because if it is, I feel like I should come up with like a more efficient, fast plan for how to do it if I'm going to do it on a bunch of characters. You know, do it properly, so to speak. Every week. It's great for resonance crystals. It's not every week. Oh. I'm getting contradicting information. Feel like I always have it. It's definitely not every week when you don't do it every week. Yeah, maybe I should come up with a plan and then I'll find out for myself next week when it either is or is not there on all these characters. I don't know why I feel like that one is so much more profitable than the rest of them. It's the same pinnacle cash that you're getting from doing the World Soul thing. I don't know why I'm so hung up on the Titan Disc fragment one. I think it's because that one once gave me it, like that pinnacle cash can sometimes give you 16k gold thereabouts, and I've just been chasing that dragon. They alternate. It's the Delve Weekly, Kazmap, and Titan. I feel like I have the Delve Weekly and the Titan fragments this week right now. Maybe it's because maybe they stock up when you haven't been doing them. Maybe that's what's going on here. I have not been paying enough attention to have figured out what this expansion is doing. Couldn't tell you what's going on, apparently. Oh, Brian got some experience. So doing weeklies and alts would get a lot faster once I had caught up on with them. Or you could make a plan to do them every 3rd week and bang them all out in one big go. And maybe to get a bit more multitasking progress done that way. Maybe that's the move. You can do all 3 at the same time. So every 3rd week you would do all your alts. Or you split them into 3 groups and each week you do a 1/3 of your alts. If you wanted to be organized about it. I feel like that's making it way too complicated. for me. I just want all the resonance crystals I can eat. I'm almost done with my stream week. You guys are gonna have to live without me until Wednesday. Dare you include math in that game? For my top tier of YouTube members, I got caught up with a couple of videos. A couple of Hazel's Home videos went up yesterday. I had gotten a bit behind with house hunting and the wedding and everything, but I got a couple of them together over the last couple of days, so we should be caught up now. I don't think we know anything new about the collector buff. Or if we do, no one has told me personally. No one has come around and knocked on my door and been, Hazel, we need to talk to you about this. It's happening. I can't believe we're only halfway there. This is like the slowest delve. I managed to use my Delvabot and port to the slowest available bountiful delve. It's on the PTR. There's one more loot piece on dungeons. Okay. I can work with that. If I turn into this delve and there's this scenario, I just leave. It's insufferable. Yeah, you might be onto something. Is my brand getting close to 74 yet? He's 3/4 the way there. I don't know what I expected from that buff, but I guess not that. That's more or less what I figured it was going to be. Kind of like how the Mythic Plus week gives you an extra piece of loot at the end of Mythic Plus dungeons. Give you an extra drop on bosses. Would make it faster to collect Mog for sure. I think it'll be fun. I'll go ham. I'll make a day of it, or a week of it, or however long it lasts. Presumably not a day. That would be very mean. Kind of envisioning some kind of a luck buff, but I guess this amounts to that in a way. Yeah, I wonder how it would handle something that is like dropped separately on the loot table. I don't know this for sure, but I feel like at a certain point they started treating rare drops like mounts separate from gear drops. I wonder how that buff would interact with that. Extractor 5 of 6. Oh boy, here we go. We're making steady progress. Oy. Oh yeah, so she could get 3 pinnacle caches from doing triple delves, World Soul, and Archives. Because she had them all saved up. I gotcha now. I don't know. I feel like I need to do as many weeklies as I can for resonance crystals in particular, if I'm going to keep up with buying everything that there is to get from like Undermine and whatnot, but I guess what you could do is you could stop worrying about doing 8 delves. You could do much lower level delves much more quickly. This one maybe not so much, but the delve weekly doesn't say you need to do any particular level of them. You can't even mount in here. I guess you can't mount in any delve as far as I know, but you can't even mount in here. There's all 3 Nemesis packs still up. This is the first one that I've seen. I missed that kick. Where are the rest of the Nemesis packs? Looking for little gold piles of, well, gold. Perhaps I'm not using enough of my soul shards. I'm not rapturing enough. That would make me do a lot more damage. Curious as to how good Brand's experience is from the end of this, because I feel like that's the determining factor as to whether I keep doing like higher level delves whenever I need to do a couple of delves for a weekly like this, or if I just like drop him to like 3s or something. Because I want to get my Brand to 80 before I start really digging into double question mark underpin. I was doing a lot more delves back when I wasn't quite done with my weekly yet. Now that I'm finished with my weekly, it feels a bit, not pointless, but I feel much less motivated to do delves. Not in the weekly meta, because I'm done with the delve meta.
What's your step?
When I was still looking for stories, it was a lot easier to just talk myself into doing a bunch of delves every day. Also, when it was better for gearing alts. Like, it's still good for gearing alts, but there's so much alt gear floating around from Nightfall now that doing delves to gear up an alt seems a bit pointless. You can just grab stuff from the bank and be done with it. I don't know about rewards from Zekfir now. I feel like some of the stuff can't be available anymore. I know you can still do him. I'm not sure. I haven't gone back and tried. There's explosive allies. One more Nemesis pack somewhere. I may or may not find it. Probably won't at this point if I don't see it by now. Must have walked past it. Oh well. No title anymore, and the dirigible's like 1%. Oh, so you'd have to like farm it. Okay. We're nearly finished. I'm pretty sure I've been in here for 16 minutes. I think it was 8 minutes to the hour when I started this, and we're 8 minutes past the hour now. For a delve, that's an eternity, it feels like.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Or you could get it still. Works like mythic raid mounts. Hoping Underpin will end up being fun on Hunter.
Watch your step.
I haven't decided which character I'm going to try to work on it. I'm a bit torn between my main, because she's got the best item level and I'm most familiar with her, and then Ret Paladin or BM Hunter, because I feel like they would have an easier time with the fight. Maybe BM Hunter in particular.
Watch your step.
Does being a BM Hunter make up for 20 item levels? There's the ultimate question. Okay, yeah, 45k XP for Bran, 18 minutes and 27 seconds. Oh dear. Yeah, found a bit of gold. Did Zekvir solo my Shadow Priest, and the hardest part was just nailing down the movement. She doesn't need a Noggin Fog or Ultimate Deluxe, I don't think. Oh, she got her Delver's Bounty for next time. Yeah, 99 of 100 Titan Disc Fragments. I need to go kill a random rare somewhere. Dungeons dealt... Yeah, dangerous creatures. It's gotta be a rare. $99 of 100. See if I can find one on my way up top. We'll have at least 2 weeklies to turn in. Maybe I'll get lucky and one of them will have 16k gold in it. I'm keeping an eye on the mini-map. One rare, please. I don't have rare scanner on right now to like mark them on my map or anything. I'm hoping I just trip on one. I'm not sure where they are. Oh, what's that? No, Timekeeper. It's just a race. That's a World Soul Memory. That's the Kaja machine. I need to find a good keybind for my interact button. What do you guys like having your interact keybind to? I use H. I don't know if that's a good idea or anything though, that's just what I do. So I think treasures are no good. It's gotta be a rare. Try the elevator. Have it on G, Q for me. Don't use it much, but I also have it on H. Use F just because it tends to be interact in a lot of other games I play. Yeah, that's really smart. Treasures do work? Oh, well I should have looted that one then. We'll keep an eye out for a dirt pile or something. I'm looking. It's hard looking at your mini-map and looking for purple dirt piles at the same time. Just one. Oh, Spring Bubble. That sounds like a rare. Yes. Come here. Just need one more Titan Disc Fragment. Thank you. Wait. Why am I still 99 of 100? Why am I still 99 of 100? It's not 100% drop. Oh dear. Because you're not employee of the month. This isn't gonna let me just pick it up, is it? Oh, no, it is. What about this? Ulort the Self-Exiled. Oh no, he's the... You have to give him mushrooms from the woods. That one's a mess. That's no fun. Oh. Maybe I don't deserve to turn in Titan Disc fragments. It's not even like a big deal of a thing. I just got it in my head that I wanted to do it, and now it's being real stingy about it. Okay, whew. We're good. We got it from the dirt pile creature. Fine. Let's go collect our hard-earned resonance crystals. Oh no, don't go to Merildar. I need to set my hearth to Dornagal. It's a good thing I flew up here after all. I'm up like 1,000, 1,200 resonance crystals for the day. I don't think I don't think she was holding any before, because I'd been collecting them across different characters. Okay. You know what? Doing this many weekly things is going to help fill out our vault slots, which we can use to get some extra gold. Whenever the weekly vault comes around, we can just take the little gold tokens, because I don't think she really needs... There we go. 3k gold, 450 cash, 900 resonance crystals. So you could take that as like 1,100, because the cash is worth half as many resonance crystals when you trade it, eventually. Take the Mog. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Mog will be easier to farm in a couple expansions when we can just run the instance real quick. Here's the other one. Another 3,300 gold, 900 resonance crystals, 450 cash. It's pretty good. Seriously, wow, thank you very much for the 15-month resub. Appreciate it. Welcome back. You can exchange cash at an NPC called Kamuko in Weaver's Lair. Weaver's Lair down in Ashkahet. You go in there. He'll be kind of like right up in that first little... If you imagine this is a hand, it's right between those top two fingers. He's in that corner down there. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, so 2 cash converts to 1 resonance crystal. You have to have batches of... It's like an item that you buy, so it's not... You'd need to have like thousands of it to be able to convert, if that makes sense. Been a while since I watched you live. Hope you're doing well. I've been playing a lot of hardcore lately after clearing the raid in retail. Do you plan on playing hardcore again soon? I enjoyed hardcore very much. I don't think I'm done with it for life. I don't have any plans to go back into it. I found the one time that I tried playing hardcore off season, like when it wasn't recently released, I had a harder time staying invested in it when the zones were really empty, even though I was playing it solo and ostensibly didn't need anybody else to enjoy it. Just having the zones be really empty and not seeing a bunch of people dying all the time on Deathlog, I feel like it sucked a bit of the joy out of it for me. So I like going in whenever they do like a hardcore thing. Got like 40k cash. Oh, you're set then. You're set up for a while. I am finished for the week. Hi, Julian. I'm doing well today. Thank you. I'm finished streaming for the day and for the week. I'll be back on Wednesday after my Monday, Tuesday Hazel weekend. If anything changes, I'll keep you posted in the Discord and the stream title. I appreciate the company. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.